Hello, everybody. Okay, so we are on day, I think, 12 or 13 of Let's Write a Novel Together. If you haven't caught them, then please do check out the other videos. You'll find them in the playlist. And if you don't know who I am, if you've come across this by accident, my name is Emma Desi. I'm a book coach. I specialise in helping first-time writers write their first novel. But I'm also a novelist myself, and I've been doing this series of videos and kind of questions and asking questions for anybody else who is also writing a new book. I started a new novel, and I wanted to go through the process with people to show you that it is a process, that it's got its ups and downs, and that the first draft is not going to be your best work, but it's going to be something for progression and how to get to where you want to be. So you'll see in the previous videos, I've been going through and asking myself lots of questions about the story that I want to write about. And I've based these questions on Lisa Cron's Story Genius, which for my money is like the best approach to character and getting started with your story that is out there. So that first half of the book, I just think is Story Genius. I love it. And so I've been following that, and now I'm into writing the book. And I kind of wanted to share with you my experiences as I'm going along, because just like you, I get really, really scared about it. Just like you, I can feel it in my body now. I can feel that wall of resistance come up when I sit down to think about starting a new scene or what's going to happen next in the story, because I'm not really sure. I'm a discovery writer, I'm a pantser. So I am on this journey with my character, and as much as that is fun, just like the roller coaster, you reach that top, and just before you go over the edge, there's that kind of stomach flip that happens. And I kind of feel that way every time I have to start a new scene or a new chapter, and I'm moving on to a new beat. So I'm not really sure what is going to be happening exactly within the scene that I'm writing. So that is one of the issues that I come across. But the other thing that I'm finding, and this is a new thing for me, so I've changed the process that I'm using to write this book. So previously, I've always handwritten my first drafts, and I love that process. Going to my local cafe, sitting down with pen and paper and just writing. I love, love, love it. I find that a lot less scary. But what I've found is that over the years, I'm of a certain age now, that my body is starting to have some telltale signs of its age. And what I find is I've spent so much time either working in an office or writing or reading and hunched over a desk that I now get I've got very bad posture, and I get a lot of postural migraines. So I'm always looking for ways to kind of eliminate this from my life. And one of the ways that I know I need to do this is with my writing. So I've heard a lot about people who dictate their writing, who love it and swear by it. I've tried it at different parts of my writing life, and I found it awkward and difficult and a lot less enjoyable, I'll be honest. Part of the joy for me is doing the actual writing. I find that really meditative. So dictating is not as joyful as an experience for me, but I don't want headaches. I'm fed up getting migraines. So this is one way that I'm looking to eradicate them. So that's added an extra level of fear in for me, because this is the first time I'm doing it. It's new, and I'm kind of scared of it. I'm scared of that process. It's a whole new way of working, and not just kind of the way my brain is thinking, but the routine that I'm in. So I had a great routine before where I would go to the cafe that I mentioned, and that was a great routine. This is a whole new one. There's no one space to go and do this. I don't, unless I want to appear like a mad person, I'm not going to be in a cafe doing this, dictating into my phone. So it's a lot more solitary for me than it was to sit in a cafe and write. So that's a new thing as well. And so I've said in a previous video that I found a way around that, which is to go to my local graveyard and have a walk around there. Today, I am home alone. It's not very nice outside, and I've got no client work to do. So I was like, right, okay, this is going to be, and I'm technically supposed to be on holiday. I thought this is a great day that I can do lots of dictation and get lots of work written. So I'm doing that today, and it's scary. I just want to kind of share that with you, that I'm scared. Isn't that crazy to be scared of the story that I'm telling and I'm creating? And I've dictated a few chapters today, and as I'm dictating them, I'm thinking to myself, these are awful. These are so hideous. Like, you know, it's so basic, it's so rudimentary. There's no kind of nuance to it. There's no layering to it. There's no depth to this. There's no texture to anything I am dictating. This really, really is what Steph Green would call a skeleton draft. It's so rough. That it's embarrassing, quite frankly. It's really, really embarrassing. But I know I've kind of got to get through that. I know I've got to just put something down. It's almost like, you know, vomiting something out. You've heard people use that horrible phrase, vomiting onto the page. It's kind of like I've just got to do that, but in spoken form, to get something there, to get something down on paper or into the dictaphone. Then I can go back and mold it. But I just wanted to kind of go through this process with you and say to you, I am really kind of not liking what I'm dictating. I'm not happy with it particularly. And I'm having to keep running that mantra through my head that this is a first draft. It's messy. I can't edit a blank page. I've got to have something down there, even if it's just all description. It's just got to be something, even if it's all dialogue and nothing in between, that at least is something. So if you feel like that, if you're ever having that same feeling that when you sit down at the desk, I can feel it in my tummy now, that feeling of, know that that's part of it. It's part of the process. You have to go through it. You have to acknowledge it, accept it, and write something down anyway. And then you get to come back on another day and work on it, mold it, shape it, improve it, and turn it into magic. Think of a slab of marble that then is going to become Michelangelo's David. Think of any piece of beautiful pottery or artwork that you've seen. It started off as a slab of something, clay, wood, whatever it might be, and it will be turned into something beautiful. And that's what we've got to remember about our stories. They will start off as sort of slabs of something on the paper, and then it will be crafted into something beautiful. All right, I'm possibly doing this video as a bit of procrastination as well. So I need to stop doing that and go back and continue with the work at hand, because that is what being a writer is. It's doing the work. All right, I'll see you next time.